then your position will be thrice as great as what you are at the present moment. Sebastian, well, I'm standing water. So I'm standing water means what happens to a standing water? It doesn't flow. It's static. So Sebastian says that at the present moment, I'm like a standing water. I'm standing still in front of you. I'm not flowing and I'm ready to take anything what you are wanting to give me. Means I'm ready to receive whatever you are saying. I'm ready to absorb whatever you are telling me. So he says that I'm like standing water and very attentive to what you want to convey to me. I'll teach you how to flow. So Antonio says, very good. Now because you are standing water, so I will teach you how to flow. Sebastian, do so. To add heredity sloth's instruction. So he says, yes, very good. Please teach me how to flow. See, flow is always in the forward direction, right? And ebbing means to move backward, right? Ebb means to move backward and flow normally happens in the forward direction. Whenever water flows, it moves ahead, right? So when Antonio said that I'll teach you how to flow, his meaning is that I will teach you how to move ahead in life, right? I will teach you how to reach to higher positions. Sebastian says, do so, to ebb. So Sebastian agrees. He says, yes, please tell me, how should I move forward? Please tell me, how will I grow greater? Why? Because to ebb, heredity sloth instruction. Sloth means laziness. Why? Because to ebb means till now moving backward was something which was hereditary, which was my heredity. I have taken it, I have accepted it, and my heredity has always taught me to move backward. So now you teach me how to move forward. So I have always been taught. I've been always taught to be lazy and to stay back. And this was something which was a hereditary characteristic in me. But now I expect you to teach me how to move ahead. Antonio. Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish, while thus you mock. So he says, oh, I wish that you would have known how you the purpose cherish. Means how much you want something, which whilst thou you mock, which you pretend to disguise. What Antonio says is that you are pretending to dislike this fact, whatever I am telling you. You are pretending to behave in a manner that you don't want to be the king, that whatever I am saying is rubbish. But I know that deep down within your heart, you also want it. So, whilst thou you mock. Mock means despise. While you are showing hatred to that particular thing. But I know that still deep down within your heart, you want to achieve that particular thing, which I am talking about. How in stripping it, you more invested. And how in denying it seriously, though you are denying this thing very seriously, but I know that you are, your denial is actually confirming it more. You are making it more stronger by denying it continuously. Ebbing men, indeed, most often do so near the bottom run by their own fear or thought. He says that ebbing men, all these men who are in the habit of moving forward, what do? They quite often, they sink to the bottom. And what is the reason of sinking? The reason is that they sink to the bottom. They are not able to reach their destination or achieve their goal. Why? Because of their own laziness and or because of their own fear. Right? If they are scared of something, if they are afraid of something, or if they are lazy, then what happens? They get degradation. They are not able to fulfill their own ambitions and they ruin their career. They neglect the opportunities which are provided to them. And as a result, they go to the very bottom of degradation. Why? Because they are scared. or because they are lazy. Sebastian, pray say on. So Sebastian says, yes, yes, I request you, please go on saying, because all these things are making him feel good, right? The setting of thine eyes and cheeks proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed, which throws thee much to eat. So he says that please go on, please continue with what you are saying. Why? Because the setting of thine eyes, your eyes are so fixed. See, when a person talks very seriously, then what happens? He doesn't look here and there. He only looks at the person to whom he is talking. So that is why he says that your fixed eyes and your cheeks proclaim, and the paleness of your cheeks, the pallor of your cheeks, it is telling me a matter from thee, that you want to speak something of great importance, that you want to tell me something which is very important to me, and a birth indeed, which throws thee much to eat. And there is definitely something inside you which you want to deliver. Birth means deliver. See what happens when a mother gives birth to a child. She has to go a lot of pain, that labor pain, right? That is the pain which he goes to deliver a child, to give birth. So that comparison is made here. He says that you are definitely trying to tell me something which is important, and a birth indeed which throws thee much to me. And because it is a birth, you want to bring out something. Bring out means giving birth. You want to bring out something which is inside you. And so I can see the pain. You have a lot of pain. You are feeling some kind of uncomfortable in yielding it. Yielding it means producing it, in bringing out, right? Because they have made a comparison to the birth of a child, right? So as a mother feels the pain in delivering a baby, so you are also feeling some kind of discomfort, right? There is something which is troubling you when you are trying to say this to me. So this thing which you are conveying to me is definitely causing you severe pain. So Antonio says, thus, sir. He says, yes, exactly. Why does Sebastian say so? Because Antonio was always hesitant. He didn't speak everything in one go. He says something and then he says, acha, leave it, right? No, I have already said enough. So he hesitates, says something and then he keeps quiet. Then again, he says something else, right? So he is not directly coming to the point. So that is why Sebastian says that I know, I can understand that like the mother undergoes tremendous amount of pain while delivering a child, while giving birth. So similarly, you are also trying to give me something. You're also trying to bring out something which is inside you, like a baby, and so you are also feeling severe pain in it. Antonio, thus, sir, although this Lord of weak remembrance, this who shall be of as little memory when he is earth. So Antonio says, yes, exactly. Whatever you said is very true. Then he tells Sebastian his plan. He says that, look at this Lord. About whom are they talking? They are talking about Gonzalo, right? He says, look at this Lord who is of weak remembrance. We know that Gonzalo was an old man, right? And the people, when they age, they start suffering from senility, right? So he says that, look at this Lord who is talking about Gonzalo. This, who shall be of little memory when he is. So this man you are seeing lying in front of you, asleep, he whose memory is very weak because of his age. So he will also be forgotten by the world once he is earth. Means if he dies, right? What he means to say is that if Gonzalo dies, Gonzalo, who is a person of weak memory because of his old age, if he is earth means buried. So if he is dead and buried, then he will be of little memory to the world. Means the world will also not remember him. Right? He will not be missed by the world. This is what he means to say. Means nobody on this earth cares about whether he is alive or dead. So nobody will miss his presence on this earth if he is dead and buried. Hath here almost persuaded, for he is a spirit of persuasion. So he says, why? Because this person, what has he done? He has almost persuaded the king, that is King Alonso, for he a spirit of persuasion. Why? Because he is a spirit of persuasion. He has that great power of persuasion. He has that tremendous power of convincing people. Being an old man, being very wise, he is very much capable of convincing and persuading people. So using his power of persuasion, what has he done? He has persuaded Alonso. Only professes to persuade, and he has this great power of persuasion, and his only profession is to persuade. He's so much into this task of persuading people. He's so much into this job of convincing people that persuasion has almost become his profession. The king, his son's life. So what has he done? What has Gonzalo done? He has persuaded King Alonso that his son is alive. That Ferdinand, King Alonso's son, is not dead. It is as impossible that he is undrowned as he that sleeps there. So he says that Antonio says that what I believe, right? In my opinion, I feel that it is simply impossible for Ferdinand to be alive. As impossible it would be that the people who are sleeping in front of my eyes, they are swimming, right? It's impossible to sleep and swim, right? So he says that similarly, because as it is impossible for the people who are sleeping in front of my eyes to think that they are swimming while sleeping. It is something which is impossible. So similarly, this also is impossible that Ferdinand is alive and he is undrowned. Undrowned means that he is not drowned. Sebastian, I have no hope that he is undrowned. So Sebastian says, yes, I also agree with you. Right? I'm also of a similar opinion as you that Sebastian is undrowned. I don't think so. I have no hope means I do not hope. I don't have any hopes of his being alive, of his being undrowned. Undrowned means not drowned. Antonio. Oh, out of that no hope. What great hope happened. So Antonio says, yes. And out of this no hope, because both of us don't have any hope of Ferdinand being alive. So that no hope brings great hope for you. What great hope have you? So what is the meaning? That what will happen? If Ferdinand is dead and Antonio and King Alonso is killed, then what will happen? Who will be the king of Naples? Sebastian. Right? So that is what he says. That out of that no hope. That no hope means that no hope of Ferdinand being alive. That is no hope. Out of that no hope, you have a great hope. So great hope arises for you out of that no hope of Ferdinand being alive. No hope that way is another way so high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wing beyond, but doubt discovery there. So he says, and that hope which you are getting from that no hope is very great. Another way so high a hope. That is so high a hope for you. That is such a great hope for you. Right? That is something so great for you that even ambition cannot pierce a wing beyond. That even the highest ambition which you can think of cannot go beyond that. So your greatest hope arises from that no hope. See, what is the highest thing which Sebastian can expect? Or which is the highest ambition that Sebastian can have? To become the king of Naples? Can he think anything beyond that? No. The greatest thing for him to be the king of Naples. So that is why he says that the hope which you are getting from Ferdinand's death is so great that you cannot go beyond it. Right? There can be no greater hope than this hope which you are getting from Ferdinand's death. Ambition cannot pierce a wing beyond. Pierce a wing beyond means ambition cannot go higher than that. You have got such a great opportunity, but doubt discovery there. But what you need to do is you need to discover it. You need to find it. Right? The hope which is in front of you, the opportunity which is in front of you, you need to realize it. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned? So he says, first of all, I would like to ask you that do you grant with me means do you agree with me? Right? Do you consent with me that Ferdinand is drowned? Do you also believe like me that Ferdinand is drowned? Sebastian, he is gone. Sebastian said, yes, I believe that Ferdinand is perished, that he is drowned, he is dead, he is no longer alive. Antonio says, then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples? So, if you believe so, if you agree with me, if you are also of the opinion that Ferdinand is dead, then please tell me that who will be the next heir of Naples, who will be the next king of Naples. So Sebastian says, Claribel. If Ferdinand is dead, then who will be the heir of King Alonso? The next heir of King Alonso. If King Alonso also dies. Obviously, King Alonso's daughter, Claribel, will be the next heir of Naples. So we stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.